All right, here's the first update on the motor and trans swap. This is the Power Glide that was in there, and this thing is a beast. It probably weighs at least close to 200. So we have the flex plate, which is super thin. I mean, I don't know if you can tell. It's probably 1/8 of an inch thick at most. And of course, it's held on by probably close to 400 bolts. No, but seriously, all these bolts right here, they go all the way around the whole thing, all hold it on. All right, I'm gonna start putting it in the storage room. So I'll be right back. All right, so here's the torque converter. This bad boy's probably 6 inches thick. Poured about 2 gallons of trans fluid out of there until I capped it off. It's empty now though, so it doesn't matter. I just did that so it wouldn't leak any residue. So let's see how many bolts there are. All right, we'll start here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 bolts holding this on to the flex plate. Whereas a new Chevy automatic transmission just slides right on the input shaft of the transmission and hooks up to those splines right there. And you're done. Super easy, and it's ridiculous. It took me like a half an hour to get all these bolts off because of course you have to spin it and go through. Oh, you can't, it's on the adapter. But you're working through a hole so you can get to one bolt at a time. All right, we have the trans cooler lines, which I've wiped down, but they were covered in oil and transmission fluid, of course, as you can imagine. Now I'm thinking none of this stuff's been removed in 60 years, but I could be wrong because a couple of these bolts were different, but who knows, man? It's impossible to say. So let's see what else we have. Here is the U-joint that slides over the torque or into the torque tube, and of course the ball housing. Let's see what else we got. Here are the 2 side motor mounts, or the torque mounts, or I don't know what you call them. I'm not sure. But the 3-speed bell housing has them too. They go to the frame because the mounts for my motor are in the front. We have the trans mount itself. This rubber is shot. So if somebody buys this thing, you're gonna need a new one. Desperately. I mean, it holds it in place, but it's not the way it's supposed to be. We have the dipstick. This entire thing had to be unbolted. It's really clean inside though, so that's a plus. But that was a pain in the butt because of course you can't get to any of these bolts without twisting and turning your arm and all kinds of other crazy nonsense. We have some random bolts that I can't remember what they go to. And the other U-joint caps, the 2 that were missing, go right here. They slide on there. Then it all bolts on nice and neat. We have the T-fitting that goes onto the intake manifold, where the vacuum wipers would hook up onto right here. This part screws into the intake, and that's where the transmission vacuum line screws in. And we have the adapter that was also ridiculous. That's what bolts onto the block itself. That's where the starter comes through. And I had to go through, which hole was it? I had to go through this hole right here to get all these torque converter bolts out. And it was a slow going process, believe me. It was ridiculous. And then we have the transmission itself. That's in really, really good shape. Super clean inside. Showed you this already. That's the vacuum line attached to it right there. The fluid, I guess you can't tell, but it was bright red, brand new. I said I wish I would have known. I would have poured it into a container and used it for something else. But that's it. Can't lift this with one hand because this bad boy's heavy. It's upside down, I realize that, but power glide. Number 5, whatever that means. I'm sure somebody knows what that means. I, on the other hand, do not. Let me see if I can get the other side. That's the other side right there. See if I can pull it by this towel that it's sitting on. I didn't want to drain the fluid out into the Jeep. That's what it looks like inside, I guess. I don't know what it looks like in there because I haven't actually looked. So to hold the trans to the adapter plate, there were those 4 long bolts on the bottom, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bolts on top. So this thing's not going anywhere, even with a bad rubber mount. Doesn't matter. But yeah, that's it. So figured I'd show you all the first step. There's some numbers for you. This is the original transmission to the car. I don't know if it's ever been out before. There's that. There's that. I'm gonna say no, but you never know. All right, so that's it for now. More to come.